Life isn't always easy, and sometimes the challenges we face make us feel like victims of circumstance. But the truth is, you don't have to let those circumstances define who you are. Everyone has the power to rewrite the story of their life, to become the hero instead of just a background character in their journey. Imagine if your life were a book, what would you write on the blank pages? This transformation isn't simple, but it starts with one crucial decision: taking control of yourself and mastering your destiny.
You don't have to have this victim mentality. You don't have to go around telling everybody your sad story of what happened to you and why you are this way. You can go and rewrite the story. You can grab the pen back from the hand of the abusers, of the bullies, of those that created limiting beliefs, and you can rewrite the story yourself in all the blank pages that exist in your book of life. But that only happens when you start doing the self-work, when you commit to self-mastery. And I am telling you, it's not just by reading a couple of self-help books, figuring out who you are at your core, at your essence, what makes you tick, and only then will you be able to set higher standards of expectations for yourself. Only then will you begin to reach the milestone of impact, income, influence, inspiration. God is such a cool thing to be able to break through the seals of all your limiting beliefs in life.
Key here is going to be things that go on that are out of your control. The worst thing you can do is let something that's out of your control you. Get control of yourself. Get control of your emotion. Don't get angry. Don't get frustrated. Instead, stay calm and figure out how to move forward.
Key here is a terminology in psychiatry called relational illness. You've heard people say, "You make me sick." Some people can make you sick that if you fool around with them long enough, will send you to an early grave that will drive your blood pressure up, that will turn your hair gray. Who is it you need to get out of your life? You need to ask yourself the question, what is this relationship doing to me? Might be your spouse, might be friends, might be your job, making you sick, stressing you out, and you being a volunteer victim. Are you willing to die for it? Listen, if T here is only one pedestal, you must be on it. The idealized version of you must be on it. Not me, not any other guru or influencer or thought leader. You get on the pedestal, you become the idealized version. You become the hero in your life story. If your life is a movie and the movie ends, do you want your name at the end in the credits to be the hero and the star, or do you want it to be taxi driver number 2?
We start to trap ourselves within our own mind. And our mind is this big barrier, this big wall, and once we get to pain and suffering, that wall gets bigger and bigger and bigger in the mindset. It's time to quit. If we're able to find out different ways to get around that, the first thing you have to do is just to calm your mind down. The very first thing you have to do is don't give yourself a way out. You got to trick yourself also and say, you know what? I might quit. I am not going to quit right now. If your mind knows I am not going to quit, I am not going to quit. You are not going to quit. Let your mind think it has a little control over you. Then when you are able to calm down, you are able to think and then realize, I caught the cookie jar, is you have to have something that fuels you in this time. So once you calm down, what's going to get you out of the chair? You got to remember that I've been in times just as hard as this. So I reflected back on my wife.
Most of us were raised to become ordinary, and I am not putting down ordinary, but ordinary is just not good enough for me. Ordinary is you go through your life and you fill out the forms and you pay your taxes and you do what your parents tell you, and you are honorable and you are honest and you are a good citizen, and then you die. Extraordinary is something very, very different. This is about recognizing within yourself that T here is something very, very extraordinary that you haven't been trained to believe in, to come to a place where you can apply it and put it into your life. You can go way beyond ordinary. You can go way beyond just being average. All of us are extraordinary. We just have to come to believe it.
T here is things that you know you are supposed to do as a human being, things that you know are going to improve your life. Do those things. T here is things that you know are going to make you a worse person and make your life worse. Don't do those things. Don't do the things that are making you weaker. Start doing the things that are going to make you stronger and smarter and faster and healthier and going to make you a better human being.
It's things that you have in you that you don't even know, but until you get outside of your comfort zone, you will never discover it. You have something special. You have greatness within you. But in order to manifest your greatness, you've got to put yourself in a perpetual state of discomfort. Yes, you've got to challenge yourself. You got to raise the bar on yourself. You got to get busy. You got to work your plan. It's time for me to do me, to pursue my dream, to work my plan, to implement the things that I want for myself and for my family and for my kids. And what is your legacy? What do you want to do for yourself? Most people quit and never finish. What they started is because they continually stack L's instead of W's. You probably do things to set yourself up to fail in life. You set your alarm clock to wake up at a certain time and then you hit that snooze button. What did you do? You stack the L. If you think that you are meant for big goals and big dreams, change lots of lives and impact and inspire people, well, you probably need a lot of confidence if you are always stacking losses. Hitting the snooze button, saying you are going to go work out, and you don't saying you are going to eat clean, and you don't saying you are going to read a few pages out of a book, and you don't, all those things seem small and trivial until they add up over days, weeks, months, and years. And you have hardened your subconscious into knowing that you are an imposter, that you are not a promise keeper. And therefore, your reputation with yourself erodes your reputation with yourself. As it turns out, is your confidence.
You will hold sturdy against anything is thrown at you based on that firm inner conviction that you will not falter, you will not flounder, you will not fail.
Your life is a reflection of the choices you make and the actions you take, not the circumstances you've endured or the people who may have hurt you. While the weight of the past might feel overwhelming, you hold the power to transform your story. You are not defined by your failures, your fears, or even the labels that others have placed on you. Every blank page in the book of your life is an opportunity, a chance to let go of limiting beliefs, reclaim your strength, and reshape your identity. This journey of self-mastery is not a single leap, but a series of steps taken with intention and perseverance. It's about facing the hard truths, breaking down the mental barriers that have held you back, and refusing to let fear or self-doubt control you. Yes, it requires grit, commitment, and resilience, but it is within these challenges that you discover your true self and your limitless potential. Remember, no one else can live this story for you. No guru, no mentor, no external force can substitute the work you must do within yourself. This is your journey, and you are both the hero and the author. Ask yourself, if your life were a movie, how would you want it to end? Would you be proud to see your name as the lead role, the protagonist who faced every trial and came out stronger? Or would you settle for a supporting role, watching as life passed you by? The world doesn't need another person who simply goes through the motions of living. It needs someone like you to step up, to rise above, and to show what's possible. Every step you take towards self-discovery, every time you refuse to quit, you are creating a legacy of strength, perseverance, and inspiration. So decide today to reclaim your story, to rewrite the narrative with courage and purpose. Commit to breaking through the limits of your mind, the expectations of others, and the habits that have held you back. The world is waiting not for an ordinary version of you, but for the extraordinary being you were always meant to become. Make the choice, take the pen, and write a story worth remembering. The best chapters of your life are still unwritten.